the rate of debt accumulation went into negative territory in many years. 2021 to 2025 is 14 years. That is in many years. I did not say that it has never gone into negative territory. That is one. Two, Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records. There is no instruction. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records.
Honorable Majority Chief Whip, please, I recognize Honorable Adongo. Honorable Adongo, kindly conclude.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Records. Ghana is under an official IMF program, and there are benchmarks and there are prior actions. There is nowhere in the IMF program where there has been an instruction to Ghana not to intermediate in our market, and that there is no letter, there is no official Master, this is a House of Records. This is a House of Records. The IMF has not asked the government of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance or the Bank of Ghana to make any announcement in managing its foreign currency. Therefore, the honorable colleague is not supported by the facts, and this is a House of Records. I therefore request that, Mr. Speaker, that should be expunged from the records, because the IMF program is an official record, is an official program, and there is no instruction to the government of Ghana not to manage its foreign currency. And nobody should be allowed to put into the official records that Ghana has been asked to report to the public when it wants to manage its foreign currency. Mr. Speaker, I so submit.
Honourable members, we can make our submission without mentioning a member's name. The rules are very clear. Honorable Kojo Opon-Nkrumah, your name has not been mentioned, so I will not give you the floor. I proceed to recognize Honorable Alfred Ni-Kote. You have the floor. Honorable Alfred Ni-Kote, you have the floor. Well, I will also, honorable members, order. Yes, Honorable Jerry Ahmed.
Speaker, with all due deference to you, we understand that names are not to be mentioned when we are having debates. Yesterday, my respected colleague, Honorable Kojo Opon-Nkrumah's name was mentioned. He actually stood up trying to catch your attention, which I believe he caught your attention, Speaker. But, Speaker, he was ignored.
Then he didn't catch my eye.
Speaker, Speaker, that's for your attention.
Then I'll proceed to mention Honorable Alikplim Akurugu. You have 5 minutes. Yes, Majority Chief Whip.
Mr. Speaker, the order of names that we submitted, the next speaker, the next person to comment at this stage should be Gakwe, in the order that we presented to
you. With all due respect, I have the list here. The first on the list is Honorable Fred Agbanyo. Second on the list is Honorable Kletu Sedu Dapila. Third on the list is Honorable Alfred Ni-Kote. Fourth on the list is Honorable Alikplim Akurugu. That is the list I have before me.
Mr. Speaker,
so from which
Mr.
list
Speaker,
are you speaking?
That's fine. So Alikplim, please speak.
This is what I have. I don't have any new list. Honorable Alikule Makurugu, you have the floor. Honorable Alikule Makurugu, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the debate on the 2026 budget statement and economic policy of the government delivered by the Honorable Minister, Dr. Atuforsen. Mr. Speaker, the agricultural sector remains the backbone of the economy and our lifeline for many million Ghanaian households. As the Speaker, as the Minister rightly said, the agricultural sector has recorded.
Honorable Majority Chief Whip, you have no right to ask the member to stop talking.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect,
But you cannot ask the member to stop talking.
Mr. Speaker, we are supposed
You can draw my attention to something, but you cannot ask the member to stop talking.
The member is speaking and they are making noise. I have every right to draw your attention to it. Mr. Speaker, to tell me that I have no right, it's also not regular.
Order.
Please listen to her in silence.
Honorable members, order.
Why?
Honorable members, order. Honorable Akurugu, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the Minister rightly stated, the agricultural sector has seen a 6% growth, doubling that of last year. The progress is commendable and reflects the resilience of our farmers and growing impact of target interventions. Mr. Speaker, I was surprised to hear or listen to our former Minister for Finance. I don't know what he was saying, but Mr. Speaker, under his watch, the agricultural sector saw an emergency responses, whilst the current budget, which our Honorable Minister Atuforsen recorded, is being managed and structural reforms are being formed. The former government acted on emergency relief of 500 million to ease drought and food security, whilst Dr. Atuforsen is giving us a driving and a long-term structural reforms for agro growth. Mr. Speaker,
as your name be mentioned,
under the watch of our former minister, he focused on short-term
Honorable Amim, I'm avoiding interruptions. So if after her debate you want the floor, I'll give you the floor.
Actions.
Just like what I did for Adongo.
And under our current finance minister, we are seeing pursuing comprehensive long-term reforms through broader financing, value chain development, climate-driven industrialization, and major infrastructure investments. Mr. Speaker, the 2024 budget under the former minister was appropriate for purposes stabilizing food security system during national emergency. Mr. Speaker, it was under his watch when we noticed that donkeys, fertilizers meant for farmers, were being exported and the monies used to buy lands for themselves. Mr. Speaker, under the watch of Honorable Atuforsen, he is bringing bold, systematic, investment-driven, and transformational to the economy. It addresses the root causes of agriculture underperformance, builds sustainable value chains, and positions agriculture as a modern economic engine. Mr. Speaker, The 2026 budget deserves commendation for shifting agriculture from survival competitiveness and from crisis management to national development. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity. I'm grateful.
Yes, Honorable Amin Adams. Next on the list is Honorable Kobina Ochre Daku Mensa. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do believe that first and foremost, our side have already delivered on the budget and actually punched the necessary holes in the budget. Mr. Speaker, hello. Mr. Speaker, what's he doing here? Mr. Speaker, the mic is not working.
Honorable member, you have the floor.
Come on. Hello, Mr. Speaker. Hello, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I will basically be looking at the budget from the inability of the Finance Ministry and the government to raise the necessary revenues. Hello? Yeah. Mr. Speaker, the only way you can fix the economy of this country is the ability of government to raise revenues. And we know that for the budgeted amount of 162 billion, only 154 was raised, clearly showing that this government have been very lazy in raising the necessary revenues to spend on the good people of this country. Mr. Speaker, you will also realize that this government, under the 2025 budget, came to this house to tell us that they were removing what we call hello. Why is that a news?
Honorable, continue.
Unfortunately, they introduced so many taxes, more than 10 of them. They increased the growth and levy by 300%, from 1% to 3%. They also extended the sunset clause, sending it from 2025 to 2028. Mr. Speaker, electricity tariffs have also been increased in this country almost to 19%, whilst water prices have also increased by 4%. Mr. Speaker, you would also realize that when it even comes to government taxes and charges, government charges and fees, they've increased that between 30 to 40% in this country. And therefore, when the government says that inflation is reducing, you realize that on the market, the story is entirely different. So whilst people are trying to praise this budget, I want to say that what they did what they are doing in 2025 have shown all Ghanaians that nothing is really happening. Recently, the Minister for Finance himself had done some few rounds and had gone to Takrady, and he has stated it clearly in the budget, paragraph 1192. Mr. Speaker, after his rounds, he had done his own radio presentations, and I would like to quote what had come from City. Mr. Speaker, whilst he was trying to tout himself, the people of Takrady in particular, this is what he said, and I quote: some listeners from Takrady questioned the accuracy of the market price claims made during the minister's recent tour of Takrady. So clearly, if the minister is claiming that inflation is coming down to 9%, 8%, single digits. Clearly, it is not being felt on the grounds. So clearly, that shows that this budget is not telling the truth. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the prices of goods on the market, sugar, Mr. Speaker, sugar used to be 480 per bag. Today, as we speak, sugar prices are 540 at the Takoradi market. Mr. Speaker, when you take 1 cup, we used to be 6 cedis. Today is 10 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, Kenke, which used to be 5 cedis, is now 7 cedis. So clearly, Mr. Speaker, it shows that the government of Ghana, the budget presented by Dr. Attoforsen is just not working. Mr. Speaker, therefore, every Ghanaian should know that the budget they keep presenting to us and by the NDC is not a budget that is solving the problems of this country. Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, is he citing Kempinski hotel prices? Is it Kempinski hotel prices or Makola prices?
I've mentioned these are price.
Honourable Member, continue.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, one other area the Minister of Finance has deliberated on in this House has to do the issue of Big Push. Mr. Speaker, even before the minister started spending on Big Push, we were told last year that they've spent over 10 billion on projects that we know have not started. If you look at budget appendix 2C on the second column, you see clearly there. For the first part, it said they have spent 6 billion, 6.6, and the second part 3.2. But we all know in this country that Big Push have not started. In fact, when they came to Takoradi to even launch, but what is it? When they came to Takoradi to launch the Big Push, no contractor was introduced. The president was the contractor, and at the same time, the person cutting the sword for the project.
Hold on. Honorable Kwame Agojan, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, ordinarily I should let my colleague flow in the debate. But Mr. Speaker, we beg of you, if colleagues make statements, and I'm grateful you gave me the opportunity. My colleague just said that the finance minister has said that we spent 6 billion on Big Push, and he is aware that Big Push hasn't started. How can you even make that comment? When you know in this House, Mr. Speaker, we have listed projects that have started, and I've come here to say that some of the Big Push projects are 30% already into the program. So if you don't know about these things, don't say these things. Don't say these things. Big Push projects are on site. Big Push projects are on site.
Yes, Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think the first two speakers, you were able to manage it very well. Mr. Speaker, yourself, you can see that when you give opportunities on point of order, people are now abusing Order 122. So, Mr. Speaker, with respect, let the debate flow and don't give chances to all these.
Honourable members, if you...
Mr. Speaker, if they have something to say, there is a next speaker. They can hand it over to the person.
Honourable members,
do the correction, and then we move on.
if you watch me carefully, when a member is commenting on the budget and our rules are breached, I know. Don't take it that I don't know when the rules are breached. Honorable Ochre, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for indulging me. My name was mentioned by Honorable Akurugu to the effect that we use the money meant for the fertilizers to go and buy land for ourselves.
Honorable member, you realize that after Akurugu has finished speaking, I give the floor to Honorable Amin Adam.
No, I didn't hear my name.
You stood up, but you sat down again.
No, I didn't hear my name.
I did so. The record can bear me out. They can play the voice recording for you.
I didn't. And so, Mr. Speaker,
they can play the voice recording for you.
Mr. Speaker, I think she should provide
evidence. I really mentioned your name.
I didn't hear, Mr. Speaker. And if you indulge me, Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
members, if you can keep quiet and listen to each other,
I said I didn't
I
hear.
think it will be of a great service to all of us. The record will show that I mentioned your name, but you said you did not hear me.
Mr. Speaker, I didn't hear. And so if you indulge me, I will request that
member, that time has lapsed. Now, Honorable Ochre,
Mr. Speaker,
Daku Mensah is on the floor.
Mr. Speaker,
so if you are up, are you interrupting him? And you can tell me the basis.
That information
kindly resume your seat.
Otherwise, she should provide evidence.
Kindly resume your seat.
She should provide evidence.
Former Minister, kindly resume your seat.
Mr. Speaker,
please resume your seat. The floor is for Daku Mensah. Honorable Daku Mensah, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, it's not a fair ruling.
Mr. Speaker, we all know that Big Push is not a funding source. It's just a program name. And therefore, if you are talking about new projects under the Big Push, there is nowhere in this budget that new projects have started under the Big Push. And therefore, any expenditure under the Big Push are for old Nana Akufo-Addo's projects. And the NDC cannot claim those projects. Mr. Speaker, the budget also make mention of spending over 292 million on sanitary pads. The same NDC, prior to 2005, during the 2024 campaign, made mention that they are going to go into what we call the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, we've had different versions of the explanations for the 24-hour economy. But we all know that the youth of this country are looking for jobs. That is why they bought into this project. Mr. Speaker, I do believe that spending 292 million on just sanitary pads alone is not good enough. In fact, we should take part of that money to set up factories in every constituency of this country. At least if you are even spending 200,000 Ghana cedis to set up a sanitary pad factory, we can provide sanitary pad factories and employ over 100 people per factory in all the constituency of this country. At least that can be said to be maybe an agenda 276 instead of 24-hour economy, so that the youth of this country can be employed and they can produce these sanitary pads locally and supply the schools that we want to supply. Because with only $20,000, we should be able to set up these factories across the length and breadth of our country. Mr. Speaker, one other area that I've been talked about in this house is that anytime we give an advice, our brothers on this side, I've heard Jirapa, I've heard Honorable Adongo, telling us that we have messed up the economy and will under them an economy that has been messed up. But Mr. Speaker, everybody knows in this country that before we took over power in 2017, the economy itself had been messed up. Because if you look at the data for 2016 and the data for 2024, you can see a marked improvement in these data. And therefore, I believe that the Ghanaian should know that those who messed up the economy was not the MPP. We came to fix the problem because we are all here when the NDC supervised the biggest banking loot in this country, costing the nation over 30 billion Ghana cedis. At that time, about $6 billion. It took the courage and the energy of the MPP administration to look for money to solve this problem. It was after that that COVID also came to create additional problems, and we were able to solve them to the extent that whilst we took a growth rate under the John Dramani administration from 3.4%, we were able to move it to 5.7. So nobody should be able to say this again in this house, that we messed up the economy. We never messed up the economy. We were faced with challenges and we were able to solve it. Under the NDC, there are no challenges in this country. But even inflation, single digit, they are only doing just about 8. In 2019, with this single digit of 7.9% of inflation. So definitely, the NDC cannot debate with us and tell us that they are doing better under us. And everybody know where they are getting their monies for the dollar depreciation. So please, Mr. Speaker, I do believe that the biggest challenge we have in this country is that the structure of the economy has to be reorganized. Because without productivity, we cannot naturally deal with the issue of depreciation of the cedi in this country. Recently, when the minister came to present the budget, the dollar was just about 10.7. Today, as we speak, we are looking at 11.45 of the dollar. So clearly, the dollar is not stable. Today, check. You can check. Bank of Ghana rates. But we're able to, we brought it down before we handed it over to you. So, Mr. Speaker, there is no way the NDC can do anything better than what we did under our term. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to assure everybody that the choices the NDC are now making are not good choices. We need choices that will continue to support the growth of this country. It is very important, very, very, very important that when we were in power, they insisted there was no need for us to buy helicopters and jets for the government and the army. Today, they've come back. They have to be on principles. We cannot be running this country without principles. If they believe that we didn't need it, why now? Why do you want to use the taxpayers' money now for those purchases to put the president in executive jets? I believe that it is time they rethink, because the 1.2 billion can be used in fixing the Accra-Kumasi road, where a lot of people have been dying. In fact, we just need a minimum of 3.7 billion to complete the bypasses and get the double road or the dual carriages from Accra to Kumasi. And I believe that when we are able to spend that money better that way, debt on that road will reduce, productivity will increase, and the structure of our economy will change so that we can naturally support our city, we can naturally support the growth and development and the creation of jobs in this country, so that more of our youth, more of our young people will be able to better benefit from the budget that we have developed. With these few words, Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Honourable members, I then proceed to give the floor to Honourable Alfred Niikote. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you once again. I'm privileged to also share on the budget that Honorable Atuforsin has come to lay before this House. But, Mr. Speaker, it baffles me when I hear our colleagues on the other side churning out figures that we don't know where they are generated from. Because we are in this country, in fact, we were in this country when they churned out figures to the World Bank and gave Ghana conflicting figures. But because truth do not lie, they were caught in flagrante delicto to say they were caught pants down. Mr. Speaker, it was clear what we all witnessed under the MPP government. It was obvious the economy was so malnourished that my Bukom brother in Bukom will call it a kwashiorkor economy. That is what we inherited, a kwashiorkor economy. Today, we have a government that has put better measures in place, and we are all seeing the signs of the economy improving. Let me get on to the specifics. In the area of health, and Mr. Speaker, if you permit, I would like to refer us to page 183 of this budget statement, page 183. And I want to lay emphasis on health. Mr. Speaker, under health alone, allocations made for 2026 is 22 billion, over 22 billion Ghana cedis, almost 23 billion. These monies hitherto would not have been gotten because under the MPP, they capped all those sectors and create inconveniences for NHIS and what have you. Today, we have uncapped it. And I don't want to go into the details because one of my colleagues have done that already. But Mr. Speaker, these monies will be channeled into the NHIS fund so that we'll have monies to pay claims, unlike what they faced that they couldn't pay. So there will be confidence in the Ghanaian when they take their health insurance card and say they are going to the hospital. Under the MPP, healthcare was so bad that even vaccines for children, what we used to call 6 killer diseases, now more than that. We couldn't even get vaccines to save our children. Today, Mr. Speaker, today, infection and control has been elevated nationally. Infection prevention and control has been elevated, such that all over the country, you see nurses going from one house to the other, vaccinating children. We couldn't see that under MPP. Mr. Speaker, under this government, we have been able to commence the development of the National Cleft Center in Konfanochi to save those who are suffering from that. They were in power for 8 years. They didn't see the need to do that. We have partnered organizations and we are developing that for Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, under emergency response, the National Ambulance Service in just 1 year has trained 500 emergency medical technicians. Under MPP, they couldn't do. 500 in 1 year. Additionally, we were able to train 6,000 youth as first aid responders under the National Ambulance Service. MPP couldn't achieve that. Mr. Speaker, nursing training support. Mr. Speaker, we have been able to make full payment of the nurses' allowances. Something they made noise over. Mr. Speaker, they made so much noise over it that they couldn't achieve that. They couldn't pay. We have been able to achieve that. Now, as we speak, 13,500 nurses have been placed on payroll. Something they couldn't do as well. Mr. Speaker, we are expanding health training institutes all over the country. Institutions that are being developed all over the country. We have given accreditation to several new teaching centers as well. Under the MPP, they couldn't do. Mr. Speaker, it will amaze you that threatened to go on strike. Today, 230 John Mahama. Attendants have been trained.
Honourable member, your time is up. I'll proceed to give the floor to Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. You have 15 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the 2026 budget statement and economic policy debate. Mr. Speaker, let us be clear. This 2026 budget must be evaluated and analyzed in a context, Mr. Speaker. And the context is the basis on which the current National Democratic Congress Mahama administration came to office. Mr. Speaker, they came to office on two fundamental pillars and commitment to the Ghanaian people. Two. Mr. Speaker, the first is to implement policies, programs, and interventions to reduce cost of living and cost of doing business. Mr. Speaker, the second is to create the hundreds and thousands of jobs for the teeming pointing in the right direction. But it's also important for me to point out, Mr. Speaker, that this is principally as a result of the post-COVID-19 economic recovery plan by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government. Mr. Speaker, and secondly, also on account of the domestic gold purchase program, which was initiated by the Akufo-Addo administration. Mr. Speaker, indeed, in April 2024, specifically paragraph 232 of the 2024 budget, it was projected that by the end of 2025, inflation will ease to 8%. And inflation has been easing all the way to 8%. Mr. Speaker, this government committed to realizing these two commitments of reducing cost of living, cost of doing business, and ensuring that they reduce unemployment in our country, principally on one major policy commitment they made to the Ghanaian people, particularly the Ghanaian youth, the 24-hour economy. Mr. Speaker, let me refer this House to Chapter 2 of the NDC Manifesto, specifically paragraph 2.1 on page 22, where they said, Mr. Speaker, and I quote, the 24-hour economic policy, same jobs, 3 shifts, 3 people, the 24-hour economy is a deliberate policy intervention by the incoming NDC administration to stimulate economic growth by creating an enabling environment for businesses and public institutions to operate 24/7 in 3 shifts of 8 hours each, end quote. So, Speaker, in August 2024, at the launch of the NDC manifesto for the 2024 election, then candidate John Dramani Mahama, now President Mahama, Mr. Speaker, had this to say, and he said that the 24-hour economy is going to be coined in a slogan called 133 formula. And the president said, Mr. Speaker, and this is very important, the president said that Ghanaian youth will have this opportunity. One person will start a job, the same job, at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 8 hours. And from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight, another 8 hours, a second Ghanaian youth will take over. And that from 12 midnight to 8 a.m., another Ghanaian youth will take over, 8 hours. It means for one job, Mr. Speaker, one person will do 8 hours from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., another person will take the same job from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight, and the third person will take the job from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Agenda 133 formula. Mr. Speaker, I want to contend and submit here. Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry of Finance itself today closes at 5 p.m. The Ministry of Finance is running an 8-hour economy. The Ministry of Finance is not running this 133 shift. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy is not being implemented. Instead of that, Mr. Speaker, when our friends came into government, all they have been doing is sacking Ghanaian youth, is sacking young men who have been employed by the previous administration. And Mr. Speaker, this is a reality. You can check it out yourself. Across the length and breadth of our country, in all sectors of our national life, in all sectors of our national economy, thousands of Ghanaian youth, innocent Ghanaian youth, some of them NDC sympathizers, some of them MPP sympathizers, some of them non-aligned, ordinary Ghanaian citizens are being sacked. We are not getting 24-hour economy. We are not getting Agenda 113. We are rather getting, Mr. Speaker, a sacking of Ghanaian youth. That is the lot of our people, our opponents from this side. Mr. Speaker, it's important for us to point out that, as I said, the current state of the Ghanaian economy, Mr. Speaker, the data may look good, the statistics may look good, but the truth is that the Ministry of Finance is not spending. Mr. Speaker, let's take a look at paragraph 123 of the 2026 budget. The budget itself, Mr. Speaker, indicates that for the first 3 quarters of 2025, the Ministry of Finance had projected to spend the sum of 207 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister himself, in reporting to this House, has indicated that they have spent 175.9 billion Ghana cedis, a shortfall of 15%. Mr. Speaker, government spending, let us be clear, government spending anywhere in the world is a catalyst for growth. Yes. And when government spends, what they call the trickle-down economic effect. Mr. Speaker, it trickles down to every Ghanaian. Mr. Speaker, so when you lock the votes, when you lock the treasury, when you lock the exchequer, when you don't spend, it affects everybody. It affects the nurses. It affects contractors. It affects farmers. It affects each and every person. So and if you want evidence, this is real. I come from a rural constituency of Damango, a farming constituency. Today, Mr. Speaker, on 10th November 2025, Joy News reported, and I quote, "Farmers cry out over unsold rice as 1 million metric tons rot in storage," end quote. Mr. Speaker, we are being told today that 1 million metric tons of rice are packed in warehouses at the value, an estimated value of 15 billion Ghana cedis. Nobody can buy. In my constituency of Damango, Mr. Speaker, maize farmers are having a bad day. Groundnut farmers are having a bad day. It is principally because government is not spending, purchasing power is weakened, credit is unavailable, domestic produce cannot be absorbed, and money circulation is low, liquidity is not in the system. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, when you go out there on the streets of Ghana, the statement on the lips of many Ghanaians is that Finance Minister Atufor's money is just on paper. It's just on paper. Mr. Speaker, he makes allocations. Mr. Speaker, he makes allocations as he did when he appeared before this House. 1 billion for agriculture, 100 billion for that, this billion for that. But when you go and look at the actuals, releases are in many cases 30%. Finance Minister Atufor's money is only on paper. It's not in the pocket of ordinary citizens. Yeah. It's not in the pocket of farmers, Mr. Speaker. Yeah. It's not in the pocket of teachers. Yeah. It's not in the pocket of nurses. Yeah. And certainly it's not in the pocket of the unemployed, struggling Ghanaian youth. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, so our friends must get it clear. You can have all the data. You can have all the statistics. You can quieten the economy. You can close down economic activity. You will not have real economic growth in the real sectors. Your books will look good, but in the end, you will realize, Mr. Speaker, that on the streets, grassroots economics will tell you that people are really having a hard time. And ministers across here, Mr. Speaker, our friends, our colleagues, ministers, will attest to what I'm saying. No jobs are happening in the ministries because ministers will not get money to do their work. Ministries, departments, and agencies are not receiving any payment to be able to provide goods and services for the Ghanaian people. Mr. Speaker, this government, we want to caution and encourage them to get their priorities right. Mr. Speaker, they should invest in the real sectors. They should invest in agriculture. They should invest in infrastructure. They should invest in the service industry. They should invest in manufacturing. They should invest in areas which will unleash jobs and prosperity for the Ghanaian people. Mr. Speaker, but instead, what are they spending on? Mr. Speaker, what are they spending on? And by that, Mr. Speaker, by that, let me refer, Mr. Speaker, to the monetary policy report of the Bank of Ghana, dated September 2025, specifically page 21, Mr. Speaker, where the Bank of Ghana, the central bank of our country itself, has said the three major threats to the national economy of our country, Mr. Speaker, continue to be, in their own words, increasing energy sector payments, revenue performance, rising compensation cost. The emphasis is mine, Mr. Speaker. I refer to rising compensation cost. Mr. Speaker, we have been promised a lean government, and we've been told that we have a lean government. But you have a lean government that is lean on the arms, lean on the limbs, lean in every part, but very bloated on the stomach. A called lean government. Mr. Speaker, you have a lean government where we have a special envoy for reparations, special envoy to the Caribbean regions, 18 deputy heads of missions. Mr. Speaker, if you want to get the evidence, this is your evidence. Mr. Speaker, in 2024, President Akufo-Addo's government, the distinguished and illustrious president of our country, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mr. Speaker, his government, Office of the President in 2024, Mr. Speaker, spent 326 million cedis on compensation in paying government workers, paying ministers, deputy ministers, presidential staffers. Mr. Speaker, in 2025, President Mohammed's government, Office of the President, President Mohammed's government has spent a whooping 540 million Ghana cedis on compensation, 50% increment. Mr. Speaker, so why can't we interrogate this? You have one government that is supposed to have a bloated government, another government that's supposed to have a lean government. The government that has a lean government is spent 356 million Ghana cedis on compensation. That is salary, paying salaries to their workers. The bloated government rather spends 547 million, 50% more, which is why, Mr. Speaker, I say that this is a called lean government. It is lean on the legs, it's lean on the limbs. But, Mr. Speaker, it is bloated with consumption because you are spending a lot. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. In spite of all these problems, the government, Mr. Speaker, in spite of all these problems, the government wants to spend 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debts. To purchase presidential debts. 1.2 billion Ghana cedis to purchase presidential debt. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debt. When you cannot pay nurses, when you cannot pay teachers, when you cannot buy farm produce, when you cannot recruit workers. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. President Mahama taught us and reminded the country that President Akufo-Addo should take charge. He should not engage in blame game. That is responsible for resolving the problems of this country. President Mahama should take charge. Mr. Speaker, should take charge, and this minority, this MPP minority,
yes,
this MPP minority, this mighty minority, we are saying so far so not well, so far so not good, so far so much unemployment and suffering. That is what this 2026 budget is offering the Ghanaian people: suffering and unemployment. I thank you, Mr.
Majority Leader, you have the floor. You have the floor. Yes, Majority Leader. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we agreed from the onset. To allow free flow of debate, and we're all committed to that. But then we caution that we should be accurate in our statistics and our figures. Mr. Speaker, he said that in this budget, 1.2 billion has been allocated to buy a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, he should just show us which line item contained in the budget has an allocation or a proposal of $1.2 billion for the purchase of a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, it is important. This is a House of Records. Otherwise, you have to expunge this from the records of this House. Because nowhere in this budget is $1.2 billion allocated for the purchase of a presidential jet. $1.2 billion. How much is Air Force One? Air Force One, how much does it cost? How much does Air Force One cost? For us to allocate $1.2 billion for a presidential jet. Mr. Speaker, you should show us. You should show us $1.2 billion United States dollars for a presidential jet. I want to see that.
Yes, honorable member.
Mr.
First,
Speaker,
mention the page so that everybody can be with you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And Mr. Speaker, let me thank you for the opportunity to respond to the Honorable Majority Leader and to answer his inquiry. Mr. Speaker, may I refer the House to page 184 of the budget statement. Mr. Speaker, and at page 184 of the budget statement, you will see retooling of the Air Force. Mr. Speaker, and retooling of the Air Force, you will see CAPEX. Mr. Speaker, CAPEX meaning capital expenditure. Mr. Speaker, capital expenditure. And Mr. Speaker, I referred only to the two presidential jets, which I referred to the two presidential jets, which are. But Mr. Speaker, if you have the budget there, please, if you have the budget with you, you will see. Mr. Speaker, if you have the budget at page 184, you will see at CAPEX that what is actually being budgeted for the retooling of the Ghana Armed Forces is Ghana Air Force, Mr. Speaker, is 2.5 billion. 2.5 billion.
Is it dollars or cedis?
2.5 billion Ghana cedis. Hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, hold on. Mr. Speaker, 2.5 billion to buy two presidential jets. And Mr. Speaker, you will see again at paragraphs 1087 and 1091 of the budget statement, 1091 of the budget statement, that $1.2 billion is being programmed, Mr. Speaker, to buy two presidential jets, 4 helicopters.
You are calling another paragraph.
No, Mr. Speaker, no, I'm making a point. And the point I made, Mr. Speaker, I'm making a point. The point I sought to make was that if you have this amount of money, teachers have not been paid, nurses have not been paid, farmers' produce are not being bought, market women are complaining about purchases. There are numerous problems in our country. Why will you spend $1.2 billion to buy two presidential jets, 4 helicopters, and 1 ship? That is the point I've made, Mr. Speaker. That's the point.
Honourable members, I think that when the figure is quoted in cedis and you want to quote it from the budget, you have to quote what exactly is in the budget. Ghana cedis is quite different from dollars. Honorable members, because the figure quoted by the former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, he placed on the record dollars. When given the opportunity, he now mentions cedis.
Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect, Mr. Speaker, this is a house of record. Mr. Speaker,
yes.
This is a house of record.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, and it's a matter of personal integrity. Let me state my position. Mr. Speaker, I am prepared to be corrected if I'm wrong, but in this case, I'm not wrong. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, this is a matter of personal integrity. Mr. Speaker,
but in your debate, you quoted dollars.
No, but what the dollars is $1.2 billion to buy 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters, and 1 ship.
Which page of the budget?
That is the point I'm making, and you will find it at paragraph 1087 and 1091 of the budget. Mr. Speaker, what I refer to in the budget itself, Mr. Speaker, what I refer to in the budget itself is a retooling of Ghana Air Force at the CAPEX column, which is the capital expenditure, which is retooling of Ghana Air Force, which is 2.5 billion Ghana cedis. The 1.2 billion United States dollars is for the purchase of 2 presidential jets, 4 helicopters,
mention which item in the budget.
And in no humility and modesty, I'm a lawyer. I've checked my facts out.
Mention the line item in the budget.
And I know what I'm talking about. It's $1.2 billion.
Yes, Honorable Ayarga. Yes, Honorable Ayarga.
This is the page he's talking about. There's no 1.2 billion.
I have it. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
This is a house of records. This is a house of records. And the honorable member who just spoke is a former cabinet minister for lands and natural resources. I need not to lecture him on the value and importance of accuracy. Mr. Speaker, he referred us to page 184. And I have opened page 184 and item 34, Ministry of Defense. Let's go through the items. The third item under Ministry of Defense is retooling of the Air Force. Retooling of the Air Force. And the figure there, CAPEX, is 2,532 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I went to primary school in Boku. You may doubt the quality of the schools in Boku, but I cannot imagine which primary school you went, where you were taught that if you convert 2 billion into dollars, you get 1 billion. I don't know which primary school you went to. I went to Boku, a primary school in Boku, and I know that if you use the exchange rate at the Bank of Ghana, what's the figure? 200. You get $260 million. $260 million. How can you say that when you convert 2 billion, you get $1 billion? How can you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis and get $1 billion? What kind of mathematics did you learn in school? Where did you learn mathematics? Which primary school did you attend? How can you exchange? How can you convert Ghana cedis and get $1.5 billion. In any case, Mr. Speaker, he said the allocation was for a presidential jet. He said a presidential jet. The records will bear us out. The videos are there. You said a presidential jet, $1.2 billion. How much is Air Force One? Air Force One, how much is it? How much is Air Force One? Mr. Speaker, he must withdraw. He must withdraw. And it must be expelled from our records.
Honourable members will get to the root of this matter.
This debate has been plagued with lies, inaccuracies, fabricated figures by the minority in order to bolster their argument. We will not accept it. You must be accurate in this debate. I will oppose you.
Order. Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. Now, an issue has been raised about you quoting $1.2 billion. Now, for presidential jet. Now we are debating the budget. You claimed that the figure is emanating from the budget. The question is, take us to the budget item that indicated $1.2 billion for presidential jets. So take us to the line item in the budget. If we do not have it in the line item in the budget, then do the honorable thing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and I should particularly thank you for your indulgence, as this matter borders on my personal integrity. Mr. Speaker, if I got it wrong, I will have no difficulty by withdrawing and apologizing and moving on. But Mr. Speaker, let me crave your indulgence. Mr. Speaker, let me crave your indulgence by indicating to my senior brother, the majority leader, that I also went to Fufuso Primary School in the Savannah region. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader asked me a question. He posed a question to me that where did I attend my basic school? Mr. Speaker, I attended my basic school in Fufuso Preparatory Primary School in the Savannah region. Mr. Speaker, when I was in primary school, I sat on the floor and I was in a modest primary school. I know that the majority leader, having attended school in Boko, proceeded to school in Harvard. And he's had very great height. That is commendable, and I salute him for that. Mr. Speaker, like many Ghanaians, I schooled in modest circumstances. Mr. Speaker, I will please, Mr. Speaker, before I proceed, Mr. Speaker, I know you are a man of fairness and justice. I know that. Mr. Speaker, and I know that you will not allow any member of this House, regardless of his status in this House, to disrespect, to denigrate, to demean myself, and by extension, the thousands and millions of Ghanaians who went to school in deprived communities. And Mr. Speaker, before I proceed to answer your question, and with the greatest of respect, Mr. Speaker, with the greatest of respect to you, may I humbly, very humbly, and kindly plead with my senior brother, the majority leader, the leader of this House, the man who leads all of us, and the man who guides all of us, to please kindly do the needful by withdrawing and apologizing to my modest, humble self and the thousands of Ghanaians for this insult before I proceed.
Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, let's have order. Honourable members, let's listen to each other in silence. Honourable Samuel Abdullah Jinapo, I'm capable of dealing with all issues together. So just answer my question, and in conclusion, you will see what I will do. Honourable members, I have listened to both sides. I know what to do in the circumstances. So let's get the main issue resolved, and I will give consequential orders. Honourable members, I will give consequential orders. So my question is on the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Order. Honourable members.
Mr. Speaker. May I proceed, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, out of respect to you, I will proceed to give the answer. And by giving the answer, Mr. Speaker, I refer the House to page 136 of the budget. Specifically, 136 of the budget. Mr. Speaker, page 136 of the budget. Specifically paragraph. Why? No. Mr. Speaker, specifically paragraphs 1091 and 1092. And I quote, Mr. Speaker. And I quote. Mr. Speaker, this is what the Finance Minister said to this House. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Air Force will be retooled. Beginning 2026, the government of Ghana will begin the procurement processes for the acquisition of 4 modern helicopters, 1 long range and 1 medium range aircrafts. Mr. Speaker, these aircrafts are expected to be delivered in 4 years' time if the procurement processes are completed in 2026. And then, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, why?
And then, Mr. Speaker, I then refer the House to page 184. Page 184 of the budget statement. Mr. Speaker, under item 34 titled Ministry of Defence. Mr. Speaker, where it is captured retooling of the Air Force, where the CAPEX, capital expenditure, is quoted by 2.5 billion cedis. Mr. Speaker, if you multiply that by 4 years, which the Finance Minister has indicated in page 136, if you multiply that by 4 years, which the Finance Minister has multiplied in the page 184. Mr. Speaker, every year they will provide for it. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude that the statement I made in my contribution to the debate of the budget is on firm grounds, it's on terra firma. They are beginning this year and they are going to continue for 4 years, and this year 2.5 billion has been programmed. If you multiply it by 4, it's $1.2 billion to buy 1 ship, to buy 4 helicopters, and to buy 2 presidential jets. Mr. Speaker, the facts and the data are unimpeachable and unequivocal. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, order.
Mr. Speaker, and now we are waiting for the apology. We are waiting for the apology.
Honourable members, order. Honourable members. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Before I begin to name and shame. Honourable members, no one judges a swimmer by the certificate on the shore. You cannot be judged a best swimmer by showing your certificate on the shore. The budget statement is before us. And I can conclusively say that nowhere in the budget statement has a dollar been indicated, because all relevant pages that are referred to, we can all see that dollar has not been mentioned. Therefore, the submission referring to page 136 of the budget, as well as page 184 of the budget. We all have copies of the budget, and we cannot see any dollar mentioned. Honourable members, paragraph 1091 and paragraph 1092 has been mentioned. Honourable members, if you look at those paragraphs, as a matter of fact, those paragraphs never mention any figure. Honourable members, I will consequentially order that because the honourable member did not refer to a specific page in which the dollar is indicated, everything said by the honourable member in dollar should be expunged completely from the record. Now, Honourable Majority Leader, the honourable member indicated clearly that you have attended basic school somewhere. You don't know which school he has attended. He has taken an offense from it. So, Honourable Majority Leader, you are brothers and you are friends. I will call on you to have that withdrawn, and then we can make progress.
Mr. Speaker, Fufulsu Primary School. Fufulsu Primary School is a very good primary school. I know very, very senior civil servants and academics who are products of Fufulsu Primary School. And I know that you had a good maths teacher in that school. I know you had a good maths teacher in that school. Mr. Speaker, because I know that you had a good maths teacher in that school, that's why I'm surprised that when you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis, when you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis into dollars, you get 1.2 billion. When you convert 2 billion Ghana cedis, you get 1.2 billion dollars. I was surprised because I know the school is very good, and I know you had a good maths teacher. So it is obvious that it is not the school. It is not the school. The school is good. The maths teacher was good. The teachers are good. But how you get 1.2 billion dollars from 2 billion Ghana cedis still baffles me. But Mr. Speaker, If he feels offended, I, who went to Boku in a primary school, was taught to apologize and withdraw. So I apologize and I withdraw.
Honorable members, we need to make progress.
It's not fair, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you.
Honorable members, we need to make progress.
Mr. Speaker, thank you.
We need to make. I'm not giving you the floor. Honorable former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, kindly resume your seats. Kindly resume your seats. Honorable members, how long are we going to continue to debate this issue? The honorable member has withdrawn and apologized to you. Honorable Abdullahi, we give you the opportunity. You refer us to page 136 of the budget, and you again refer us to page 184 of the budget. What you said is not contained in the budget. That is why I have directed that it be withdrawn. It be withdrawn or expunged from the record. Our friends of the media are indicated again that honorable member refer us to paragraph 136 and 184. I have not seen any 1.2 billion in paragraph 136. I have not seen it in paragraph 184. So accordingly, I have directed that same should be expunged from the record. Can we make progress? Honorable Chief Whip, I intend not to open this debate again. So we should make progress. With all due respect, Honorable Minority Chief Whip, we have closed the curtain on this with an apology emanating from the minister. So he has withdrawn and apologized.
The leader spoke.
He took offense from something and he has withdrawn and apologized.
We in leadership have a responsibility. Unless you don't want me to speak, this parliament has two sides. Regardless of your numbers, let's look at the figures. The majority leader got up 3 times. He caught your attention. I have been trying to catch your attention. Speaker, we want to get to the bottom of this matter. And Speaker, I invite you to the budget. Everybody should take the budget. Those who have copies should take the budget. No, I insist. Take the budget. Speaker, come with me to page 1.
Honorable Minority Chief Whip,
Speaker,
we have resolved this particular matter.
So listen to us. Listen to us. Nothing is here. It's here. No, but why did you give it to the next video? Why did you give it to your next debater? Speaker,
Minority Chief Whip. There is a principle.
No, Speaker.
There is a principle that he who
I don't want to
accepts,
do this with you, Speaker.
he who accepts must attempt to prove.
I want to prove.
You are not making any assertion.
What the member said is true.
I have given him.
In the budget.
I have given him the opportunity,
Mr. Speaker, what
and he took us to the necessary relevant pages from which he is speaking.
You should listen to me. Mr. Speaker, I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and we'll settle this matter here. Look, with the greatest respect, everybody, you can take the budget. Now, Speaker, if you have the budget, I'm starting from page 184. Page 184. Now, if you look at page 184, and then you come under item 34, 1, 2, 3, retooling of Air Force. That's the first figure I want to quote. No. The figure there is 2.6 billion Ghana cedis.
Now, note it, write it down. And then let's move on to
Page 190,
page 190.
which is a commitment for 2027.
Now, that is a commitment for 2027 under the same description. Retooling of the Air Force, and that is 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, let's move on.
Page 196.
Now, Speaker, page 196, page 916. Under the same description, retooling of the Air Force, and that is 3.3 billion as against the year 2028. But let's move on.
2025,
budget.
which is 200.
Now, then we go to page. No, be patient. No. Now, Speaker, come with me to page 202. Under the same description, retooling of the Air Force, it comes up to some 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, why in a hurry? Now, Speaker, I attended Whole Anglican Primary School.
We have moved away from the school that we have attended.
Well, it's just by the way. Now, when you put all that together, Speaker, when you put all that together, even granted that even your mathematics is so bad, if you put all the four together, it comes up to 4 years. 4 years. It's captured in the budget. It comes up to 12.9 billion Ghana cedis. Now, who divided yourself?
11. So
Divide it quickly. I want to convert to dollars. Yes. You people, why are you running away for your budget? Nothing is here. It's here. It comes out to what? The dollars?
it comes out to 1.29 billion.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Is it 11 or 10? 10. Now, Speaker. Speaker, do a simple arithmetic in your bid to convert it into dollars. A simple arithmetic. Divide that figure by 10. Some 1.29 million, right?
You are dividing it by what? You are dividing it by what?
$1.29 billion.
You are dividing it by what?
Now you see.
Hello, Honorable Minority Chief Whip. You are dividing it by what?
Speaker, can I conclude? I want to conclude. Our majority leader, clearly, leader, your Boku mathematics is suspect. Majority leader, revisit your Boku mathematics. Your Boku mathematics is suspect. Now, we are not inventing these figures. These figures were prepared at the instance of the president by the finance minister. If you doubt, majority leader, don't oscillate. Don't oscillate. If you doubt these figures, I quoted the pages to you, and I quoted the figures to you. If you doubt it, come back and respond to these figures. Mr. Speaker, we beg you. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minority Chief. You are done.
I'm not done.
Are you done?
Speaker, we are saying we have insisted in all our presentation. It has been based on facts. In all our presentation, it has been based on facts.
Honorable Minority Chief Whip. Honorable Minority Chief Whip. I believe you agree with me that all the pages that you have referred to and all the figures that you have quoted, none is in dollars.
So, Speaker, yes.
Yes, Majority Leader, you have the floor. Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Leader,
Let me conclude.
Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Yeah, so clearly, can I conclude? Oh, leader, I want to conclude so I can speak.
I
Leader,
thought you've concluded.
You're the leader of the house. You have heard so many times. Let me conclude and you can speak.
I thought you have concluded.
So, we don't need to belabor the point. My respected ranking member was on all fours in terms of the facts. Mr. Speaker, you can argue that the figure is not quoted in dollars. Yes, but you can do the conversion. When you do the conversion, he's not far from right. He's not far from right. Majority Leader, I beg you.
Honorable Minority Chief,
The case.
why would the figure be quoted in our legal tender? Then you will be doing conversion. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader, you have the floor.
You have the seat.
You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, let's not forget what was the issue. Let's get back to what was really the issue. The honorable member in the debate.
Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, I think you have to stop what you are doing.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
What was the issue? In Honorable Jinapo's submissions, in his comments, he said that we were buying a presidential jet for $1.2 billion. He said we're buying a presidential jet for $1.2 billion. That was why I got up. I normally don't interrupt debate. I have a book. I take note of everybody's argument. As I'm sitting, I'm writing. I take note of everybody's argument because I will have an opportunity to respond in the end. But when you throw out a figure out there that we are buying a presidential jet for $1.2 billion, the cameras captured it. We can play it back. The cameras captured it. That was why I got up on my feet and said, no, it's not possible. I even asked you, how much does Air Force One cost? So clearly he was wrong. When you now get up and say that all commitments for the next 4 years, yes, for it to
Honorable members, I am observing carefully the disorderly conduct.
Mr. Speaker, I was in this chamber sometimes, I think more than a decade before many of you arrived. What you are doing, we've done Westerns. So I can assure you, it won't stop me from making my point. I'm saying that it will not stop me from making the point I want to make today. Even if we will sit here till midnight, my point I will make. And the point is that you lied when you said that we are spending $1.2 billion to buy a presidential jet. You lied. You lied. You lied. You are now trying to correct yourself by saying that all commitments for the next 4 years to retool the Air Force.
Honorable Majority Leader.
To retool the Air Force is $1.2 billion.
Honorable Majority Leader, with all due respect, the statement may not be correct, but the use of the word lied. I will ask that the lie be expunged. Order. I have given my directives, so all should resume their seats. So, Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, if there's nothing in the budget, that says that the government is buying a presidential jet for 1.2 billion, and a member stands and says that the government is buying a presidential jet for 1.2 billion, he has lied. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. What? Okay, so Mr. Speaker, do you want me to say that he was peddling falsehood? It's a lie. So, Mr. Speaker, it's a lie. And when we try to correct that, you now go and then take 4 years commitment for retooling the Air Force, and you now say that, oh, it justifies your earlier misrepresentation. You misrepresented. It's not in the budget. We're discussing 2026. It is possible for us to change the figures in 2027. We can change the figures in 2028, depending on the performance of the economy. So I don't have a problem. I'm not running away from spending 1.2 billion to retool our Air Force. I'm not running away. On the contrary, we in the NDC are very proud that we are able to spend 1.2 billion to retool our Air Force. We are very proud. You run the economy down. You mismanage the economy. You could not even raise money. You could not raise money to support the Air Force. We are confident. We are proud. We are happy that we have the capacity, and in the next 4 years we will retool the Ghana Air Force and we will invest 1.2 billion United States dollars in the Air Force. We will in the Air Force. We will for 4 years. That's the problem. So, Mr. Speaker, I still stand my grounds that when he said that we are purchasing a presidential jet for 1.2 billion United States dollars, it is not in the records, and your decision that it should be struck off the records is right. If you go and tabulate all planned expenditure on retooling the Air Force, not buying a presidential jet, I will oppose. I will lead this house. I will lead this side. And if they don't support me, I will lead whoever is willing to be led to oppose using 1.2 billion of our money to buy a presidential jet. I will oppose it. But Mr. Speaker, I am happy. I am proud. I support the finance minister in the next 4 years, to invest 1.2 billion in retooling our Air Force. I support it.
Yes, former defense minister.
Mr. Speaker, the majority leader is the leader of the House, and he's supposed to help you to control the House with the others. But when he misleads the House, especially the fact that I'm sitting here, Mr. Speaker, I have the right to correct him. Mr. Speaker, we came here in 2023, Mr. Speaker, no, 2022, Mr. Speaker, July. I laid in this House the purchase of 6 LNG fighter jets for this our nation. Mr. Speaker, the cost of those aircraft at that time, the commitment we gave this nation was 150 million euro at a rate of 15 cedis to 1 euro. If you calculate, that's 1.6 billion Ghana cedi. Mr. Speaker, we committed this nation at one time, not 4 years, to 1.6 billion Ghana cedi. So when you say that we didn't do it, that is not true. That's the first thing I want you to know. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, secondly, it is a fact that your side led the rejection of the purchase of just one presidential jet. One. Today you want to buy two. And you will not apologize to the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
I'll get the chance to speak tomorrow. I will tell you why there are two presidential
Honorable
jets.
the issue on the floor, as a former minister in charge of defense, does retooling amount to purchase of presidential jet?
Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that tomorrow. I will say it, but I will repeat it tomorrow. I will say it now. Mr. Speaker, I will say it now, but I will repeat tomorrow. But let me read. Mr. Speaker, let me read page 136. Mr. Speaker, go to page 136, paragraph 1091. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Air Force will be retooled, full stop, beginning 2026, the government of Ghana will begin the procurement processes for the acquisition of 4 modern helicopters and one long range and 1 medium range aircraft. These are presidential jets. A long range aircraft is not for the Air Force, it's for your comfort. It's presidential jets. The medium size, Boeing jets or Airbus jets are the long ones. And I mentioned that we did that one. They carry no less than 100 people. The medium range carry at least 25 people. They are all presidential jets. They are not CASA. They are not military jets. They are presidential jets.
Well, once you choose to set your own question instead of answering the question, may you humbly resume your seat.
They are not military jets. They are presidential jets.
May you humbly
for the
resume your
comfort of the
seat.
executive.
Very humbly.
Mr. Speaker, for the comfort of the executive, not for the soldiers. But tomorrow I will expand because I'll get my chance. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, when it comes to military, I may be a layman, but I do not understand retooling to amount to purchase of presidential jets. And honourable members, I have looked at the relevant pages referred to by the minority chief whip for 4 years. I have not seen any quotation of any amount in dollars. I still stand by my directives that everything said by Honorable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo relating to $1.2 billion be expunged from the record as not being correct. All members, let's make progress.
We want to thank you for your directives, but we on this side are not worried, even in the list. We are not worried in the list. All we will say is that the honorable member did not say anything
I will
inaccurate.
proceed to give the floor to Honorable.
He did not say anything inaccurate.
Honorable.
I will leave this for another day.
Thomas Walanyo, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. and thank you for giving me the opportunity to also comment on the budget statement and economic policy for 2026. Mr. Speaker, it's very surprising to see our colleagues this beautiful document that has given hope to the people of Ghana, the ordinary man on the streets, that all of them together have come together trying to find one fault in this beautiful document. It was a great surprise that they brought all their mathematicians and their calculators to the front bench, calculating figures to find one fault. Thank God they couldn't find one, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's also surprising to hear them propounding solutions to problems they could have solved. They could have solved in, the last eight months. Today, we have taken over and we have provided solutions to problems that they have created. Mr. Speaker, today, market women in Hokwe called me and they were very happy because according to them, the budget was written to their understanding. Because number one, the VAT reforms that the government has brought has relieved or will relieve most of them of tax burdens. Mr. Speaker, I heard one of our senior colleagues about food inflation, that people are not able to buy, people are a lot of things. That yesterday, Mr. Speaker, because I'm a bachelor, I went to the market and I was able to buy what they were talking about, Mr. Speaker. Last year, this rice, which is Abena rice, was sold at 164 Ghana cedis. Just last year, Christmas, 164 Ghana cedis. This fried tore, Mr. Speaker, was sold at 60 Ghana cedis. Yesterday, just yesterday, Mr. Speaker, I bought this for 99 Ghana cedis. And I bought this oil, Mr. Speaker, for 39 Ghana cedis. This is evidence of the economy that we have transformed from where they left it, the junk status, to the status that we have transformed it up to. Mr. Speaker, the COVID levy that has been that will be taken out of our budget next year, which a member of parliament one of the member of parliament said it has not been taken out. Mr. Speaker, according to the market women, they said this COVID levy is going to put back in their packet of them 3.7 billion Ghana cedis. 3.7 billion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, all these are good news for our businessmen, our traders, and the ordinary man on the street. Mr. Speaker, on unemployment, last year, the Vice President said he created 2.1 million jobs. 2.1 million, that is more than the unemployed Ghanaians in the country. We have come out with holistic programs that will give jobs to our people. 800 jobs mentioned in the budget, creating jobs for the 800,000 jobs to be created in all angles. Mr. Speaker, one is a 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy that we are debating. Today you go to Adenta, this yearly office in Adenta is running for 24 hours. Passport office is running for 24 hours. It means we have begun something last year and we are going to continue. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the economic, agriculture, modernization and agro-industry jobs, that's under Ministry of Agri, Feed Ghana, Farmer Service Center, Farm Banks, all these are creating jobs for the youth, including our brothers at the other side, including MPP members. All of them are getting jobs under this, unlike the failed projects that they introduced that collapsed under their watch just last year. Mr. Speaker, aside this, we have Youth Employment Agency, we have the digital skills, we have the Codex program, we have the digital centers that are opening regional offices to create more jobs for our youth. Mr. Speaker, Youth in apprenticeship program has been allocated.
Honourable member, your time is up. I'll give the floor to Honourable Nana Asafo-Adjei. You have 15 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am grateful for giving me this opportunity to also comment to the budget statement made by the Finance Minister for and on behalf of the President of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, before I begin, I want to pay tribute to the young ladies that lost their lives during the military recruit stampede. Mr. Speaker, I share with their families, and I want to console each and every young man that fell victim as part of that job recruitment stampede. Those from Kumasi, those in Accra, and the rest of the country. Mr. Speaker, this brings me to a very critical and very important point, which is job creation. These young men and women left home to go look for jobs. Mr. Speaker, not just any jobs, but secured, sustainable jobs. That is what they went to look for. Mr. Speaker, when the Finance Minister in 2025 read the budget, some young men of this country were happy. Mr. Speaker, they were happy because in that budget allocation or in that budget,